Hey you and welcome. I'm Mr. Barry. In this whole video I want to go over some of the things that we cover in this channel, my Soma Teacher 7 YouTube channel that is. The main focus of this channel is to help you as the viewer there. So I go over 3 different areas. One area is you getting the most out of Chromebooks. So if you're a Chromebook user, hopefully you've clicked on subscribe and noticed that I have a whole series of videos on how to get the most out of your Chromebook. And I go over not only fixing minor problems with the Chromebook, but basically how to use it and how to make it your primary computer if that's what you choose to do with it. There are many shortcomings, of course, with Chromebooks, and in the video series I actually go over how to overcome those so that you can get the most out of your Chromebook and let it be your primary computer there. Another area that I like to help people with is Windows computers. A lot of people have problems with their Windows computers, and so I have a whole series of basically how to speed up Windows. If for some reason Windows is giving you problems, there's troubleshooting areas there. So I have a lot of videos on working with Windows and getting the most out of there. I also have a series even on how to repair and troubleshoot computer problems, whether it be your Chromebook or your Windows computer. So I have over 1,000 videos out going in and showing you how to get the most and how to fix problems with different types of computer systems. I also go over electric vehicles and how to get the most out of your electric vehicle. I know a lot of people, it's a new technology and they're kind of shy of it, but I've owned electric vehicles for quite a while, and they replaced my primary gas-powered vehicle a number of years back. Some people have messaged me saying, hey, we want more videos on how to get the most out of electric vehicles. Well, if you look at my channel, I actually have a playlist there for you. And the reason why I have these 3 different main areas for the channel is because some people want to know about EVs or Chromebooks or Windows. And if there's a video that it's not up your alley as far as what you want to know, well, just go ahead and you can skip it. Not a big deal, but hopefully you get the next few weeks you'll have a video that's on the topic that you like. So some other things I've noticed is I've received messages saying, hey, we've been unsubscribed from your channel for some reason. Let YouTube know that we don't want to be unsubscribed for some reason. So that's kind of a weird thing that's been going along with some of my subscribers. They would go on to my channel and notice, hey, I'm no longer subscribed. It's free to subscribe, by the way, so there was no problem there. You can just click on subscribe and come back into the channel. That's not a problem. Make sure you do hit that bell icon so you do receive notifications when new videos are uploaded. The other thing is make sure you do click on that thumbs up, and it really does help when you share the video or that you at least comment down below. That really helps. So I want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers that are out there, as the channel has been growing as of late. Been noticing some really terrific growth out there as people have been sharing the videos. And as I was saying, it's on 3 different areas where I try to help people. So maybe you don't own an electric vehicle today, or you don't own a Chromebook today. Maybe you have a Windows computer and you don't care about the other types of videos. Well, you just simply skip those. And if you look at the channel Soma Teacher 7, you will notice I have a number of different playlists that hopefully you'll find a topic or an area there that really you can grow from that area and get the most help on the parts that you need to get help on. And for those who want to know, that over there is my little dog. That is Ushi. Ushi! There she is. Yeah, that's Ushi. And so she has been with me for, in making every one of my videos. Normally I have a green screen behind me and you see those clouds and all that other things. I decided to take the green screen down for this video so you can actually see Ushi there as she's That's her normal spot there. That's on her little bed there that she lays on, and she usually stays there while I do the video, and then I give her a little snack at the end of when I finish processing the videos. Now I'll go over some of the questions that my subscribers have been messaging me with. One of the questions is my Chromebook still safe after the AUE date? Now the auto update expiration date on any Chromebook, that's when the Chromebook that you own stops receiving updates. The answer is yes, it is still safe to use. It just doesn't receive updates. And you go, well, what kind of updates? Well, there's security updates, and there's different types of updates, but the main one that we're going to focus on is security. So you're no longer receiving security updates. Now, does that mean that your Chrome OS or your Chromebook is all of a sudden vulnerable to attack? The answer is no. The very nature of the Chrome operating system, the way it's written and put together, is apps and applications cannot write to the operating system to make changes. So it's still safe. I have a number of videos out on this, whereas can a Chromebook get hacked in the usual sense? The answer is no, it cannot get hacked. Now, you might click on something and add an extension, and that extension, if you give it permission, can then you give it information, and it'll broadcast that information to a hacker. So in that way, we want to make sure that we do check to see what extensions and what apps that we are running in the background when we do have a Chromebook. What about these security updates that we won't be receiving after the AUE date? Well, these security updates basically protect you when you're browsing the internet. So maybe you go to a web page and you begin entering in information in there, and it's a website or web page that it's a phishing web page, meaning it's the whole aim of this website is to gather information on there. So one thing that you want to do is you want to be very leery of whenever you enter in personal information on any website. So one thing, I do have a video on this, but when you are entering information, you want to make sure that it's a trusted website. It's a website that has a lock there at the beginning of the URL address. That means it's being encrypted, so no one else can really browse on what you're doing on that web page. And for shopping websites, there's not very many out there that I trust. I trust Amazon, and I trust eBay to a little bit there, but I don't really do a lot of shopping outside of that. Normally it's just Amazon, eBay. If you're going to some other website to buy something, make sure you do a Google search with that website's name and URL address and see how they fare as far as reviews. If they're getting any bad reviews there for that website, stay clear of that shopping website. One of the questions that come up often is, well, I bought something at this 163.com domain. What is that? Well, it's a domain that's used in China. So businesses and others, private individuals, use that domain as a place to host their website or to have their email communications back and forth from the 163.com website. Is it a bad website per se? The answer is no. It's a web domain that's based in China. And again, the same rules apply. Wherever you go, you want to make sure that you do take that website name, that URL address, do a Google search or Yahoo search, whatever search engine you use, and look up and do some investigation on that seller's website before you give them any information on where to ship that item or any financial information. All right, so we've answered two questions there. One was, are Chromebooks still safe after the AUE date, and about the 163.com site. So remember, Chromebooks are still safe to use after the AUE date. However, as you continue using it past that date, you're not receiving any updates. So you want to be very careful when you go to any website, especially any website that's requiring you to add information or input any information there, personal information. As time goes on, I would recommend you just buying a new Chromebook, newer Chromebooks too. It's really nice because the newer ones, new models, they have touchscreens, they can run Android apps, and a lot of the older models do not run Android apps. And that's kind of a nice thing to have, is the ability to run these Android apps. All right, another question that many subscribers have asked me is, can I play games on my Chromebook? And the answer is yes. And the next question that obviously follows is, well, what kind of games? Well, the Android based games work. So notice that on a newer Chromebook, you have access to the Play Store, and you can do a search for games there and play any of the games there, as long as you have a touchscreen. If you don't have a touchscreen, playing games on your Chromebook is rather difficult, especially if it's Android games. What about Windows-based games? Well, yes, you can play Windows-based games as well, and that's by going to NVIDIA. So NVIDIA has now an ability to play games or PC games through them. And I was playing a number of PC games on my Chromebook, so I have a number of videos on that, and I'll have a link to that one above me. So if you're wanting to know more about playing games on your Chromebook, boom, you have a video up there for you. Next question that comes up is, well, on the Chromebook, how can I be more productive on the Chromebook? Well, I made a number of videos on using Microsoft Office right on a Chromebook. And some of the questions that come up from there is, well, I can't find it. So it's actually just go to the Chrome Web Store. That's different than the Play Store. The Chrome Web Store, do a search for Microsoft Office, add it, and then it'll be part of your extensions. To find your extensions, you simply click on a little piece that looks like a puzzle piece on the top left-hand corner of your browser. There's a little gray piece there that looks kind of like a puzzle piece. I have a picture of it here. And what that does is that it shows you your extensions, and so you can find Microsoft Office there after you've installed the Microsoft Office extension. Another way to do it is just to go to OneDrive.com or Live.com there, and then log into your Microsoft account, which is free to have a Microsoft account. And once you're there, you can then click on the upper left-hand corner, and you'll have a little icon there that looks like this. Here, I have a picture of it there. And what that shows is that is the app launcher from Microsoft, and you have access to Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, as well as a host of other applications there that you'd usually find in Microsoft Office, and those are all free to use. You don't have to have a 365 account to use them. Those only work online though. So if you are going to be working offline with your Chromebook, I do recommend using Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. And those basically take the place of Microsoft Office. And so you can actually take a Microsoft Word document that you've created and open it up with Google Docs and edit it. And it's very easy to use Google Docs. It has all the tools and features that you'd find in Microsoft Office. For example, Microsoft Office that you've been using for years. You have the word art is there, as well as other features to add tables, to add images, and then to edit those as well. I do have a number of videos on how to use Google Docs. All right. Hopefully that's answered some of your questions there for Chromebooks. And like I said, if you noticed, I have 3 different categories for my channel. It is EVs, electric vehicles, Chromebooks, and Windows computers there, how to get the most out of any of those devices there. All right. Hey, thank you again for watching the video there, and hopefully you've subscribed to my channel, clicked on that thumbs up, and I do love reading your comments down below. Every day I try to reply to every single comment that comes up on my channel, and so if you have a question, I might make a special video for you on answering that question step by step on how to do it, or I will give you detailed instructions in the reply to your question there. All right. Thank you again there, and bye-bye. Who's a good puppy, huh? Yeah? Yeah. Good Ushi, good Ushi. By the way, Ushi means cow in Japanese, because my wife, she is Japanese, and she named this puppy here Ushi.